Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on the Shrine of Exelon. Playing on the southern side as the Space Marines, we've got Ehsan. I'll play on the northern side as the Inquisitorial Demon Hunters, we've got Sandra. Sandra will be opening up with triple Stormtroopers, a Plasma Generator, and an Inquisition Watch. Whereas Ehsan is going to go fight a couple of Scout Marines, a Servitor, Chapel Barracks, and a couple of Plasma Generators. So, being a small map and Ultimate Apocalypse allowing me to zoom out quite a lot, what I could do, boys and girls, for this match, you can just watch it from here. You can see all the action and miss out on absolutely nothing whatsoever. I can have a beer in one hand, a beer in the other, and be a grand old time for everyone. But probably not, I mean, visually it won't be the most exciting thing known to man, so, we'll just have this little quasi-zoom out thing going on here. So yeah, so it's not every day that you get to see the Demon Hunters in a 1v1 scenario in Ultimate Apocalypse. You tend to see these guys in a team game, and if you dare allow me use some League of Legends terminology here, but like your ADC carry, right? They're squishy, they're precious, they're not very good in the early game, but as the economy gets going and as the troops start to mass up, they do become quite strong and powerful. So definitely going to be an uphill battle in the early stages of the game, if they're able to keep their economies on the go and get their blooming affordable housing. I completely forget what they're called. Like these tower blocks, population centres, or whatever you call them. They should be all right, question mark. They should be all right indeed. So listing post, or should I say, a relic about to be captured on the left-hand side. Grenadiers are coming over, and they all come out with just grenade launchers, so that's quite a powerful thing to open up with. Can also get some incendiary grenades and some stun grenades once they get their librarium up and going. Ehsan has decided to open up with some assault marines to be able to keep on top of these guys and smash them into 1,000 pieces. Doesn't take many hits to squish a grenadier. The early game is very similar to the Imperial Guard, as they just basically have grenadiers, stormtroopers, and also elite stormtroopers, which are a little bit more expensive, but they do a lot more damage, as is the eliteness in their name. But the poor assault marines aren't quite quick enough to be able to get many bashes on these guys. Might have been a good idea to pop these guys on a range stance just to make use of their bolt pistols. No, just going to leave them to their own devices, as the scouts are getting involved in some close combat shenanigans with the regular stormtroopers. Look at the size of these guys in comparison. Just about, what is it, 1 foot taller? Definitely eaten all their Weetabixes when they were growing up. These stormtroopers will retreat, while being supported by a second squad. And like I say, it's going to be quite hard to keep these guys alive as the game progresses. Nothing fancy coming out apart from a squad of scholars, which are much more handy in close combat. So might should be able to go toe-to-toe with the assault marines, unlike these poor stormtroopers who narrowly survive death because of short attention span. Do these assault marines have ADHD? I don't know. But they're certainly bobbing and weaving between different targets. These guys counting their lucky stars. They didn't get killed, but this one poor dude over here gets smacked down. Grenadiers coming in for some supporting fire, as this one stormtrooper narrowly avoids death. One grenadier being thrown to a side, but he does manage to live to see the error of his ways and the end of his days, potentially. More assault marines, I assume, are being dropped in. We'll have to wait and see. So always quite tense. Think, there we go. More assault marines. So one squad comes and over, bashes things, while the other squad just ties up all these lads and keeps them at arm's distance away. Mind you, the assault marines don't exactly have the best anti-building damage. Now we're seeing these icon of purifications having their tier 1 upgrade, so lots of zappy doodads being sent towards the assault marines. One goes down and being knocked over. But yeah, the assault marines do still take damage from the listing posts of the Inquisitorial Demon Hunters, even when they're lying down, so actually those grenadiers might be able to get even more down. Almost squad wipe on this assault marine squad, actually. Quite a pain in the backside. It's blooming, oh dear, it looked like for a second then that archivist was just reversing away, pimping on those haters, as it were. No, not quite, so both archivists goes down. Very unfortunate. Considering that they've got vehicle armour, died pretty darn quickly, if you ask me. But yeah, that's the play to make for Sandra. Just upgrading all the listing posts and playing super duper defensive. Unlike the Imperial Guard, they can't hide inside their buildings, so definitely need a little extra when it comes to being defensive. A lovely touch of those grenadiers. Assault marines not really being able to stand firm against those volleys. Actually, I'm quite surprised that it was assault marines that they've gone for. I assume it would have been something like Space Marines, giving them an armory, throwing a bunch of grenades on them. That would have been my guesstimation. We've now got Idris Elba out joining the Stormtroopers. Comes out with a plasma pistol. By the looks of things, will help them against the heavy infantry. More assault marines looking like they're going to come in. And now all the icon of purifications have been upgraded, with the exception of the one on the far side. Scholars activating their, I assume it's their go faster ability. Got a very zealous charging forward. Have they got rapiers? Oh no, just regular old swords. Fair enough. I'm going to say rapiers would have been a mighty fine touch. I can't imagine such a sword being able to penetrate the Ceramite armour. Go on, Idris Elba, get involved. He's got his power sword. Imagine, oh, he's just... That's quite an interesting grip. I do remember watching a Shadiversity video a million years ago about the, what was it, like a Zweihand or something, where you grip it on the actual base of the sword. How that's like apparently good in combat. Can't imagine how, can't remember why. But it is something. It's been a while since I watched the videos actually. Should really get back to seeing what he's got on offer. What cracking little YouTuber right there for you. If you've not checked him out, I highly recommend Shadiversity. Although, finish watching this video first, of course, for obvious reasons. You know, your boy's got to eat. And, you know, that's just how it works. Oh, well, Grenadiers keeping these submarines backwards. Yeah, I'm not sure why Ehsan's going for this sheer amount of assault marines. There's no penetrating power on these boys.
At your command.
Not in my books anyway. And yet to go for tier 1/2. So, oh, there we go. He must have heard me retroactively. So he's getting ready for that. We are seeing some urban territories. That's what you're called. So ever since Tiger Shark referenced them as affordable housing, I just can't not call them that anymore. There we go, submarines. I mean, on this side of the map, the submarines are doing a really good job, you know? They're smacking people left, right and centre, doing what they do best. They've also now got a flamer on their ranks as well, which will definitely help them rate the morale of the Stormtroopers. But once they get within range of those icon of purifications, that's it, they're a bit knackered. They've got the numbers there. Very expensive there. Very expensive indeed. But by sheer number, which is not what the Demon Hunters want. In fact, if you're half the size of, you know, men this size, you don't really want to be outnumbered by them, do you? Plenty of plasma generators on the back line, so the Demon Hunters definitely trying to wake up their economy. And tier 2 has question mark been finished, or tier 1/2 even. That looks like it. And the Assault Marines running left, right and centre. But the Grenadiers keeping them back. Also got one regular squad of Tactical Marines trying to hide in this heavy cover. Getting a few bolter rounds off towards these guys. Doesn't take much to knock a Grenadier down. Especially for these Scout Marines on the back lines firing away for their bolt pistols. The little cool sniper rifle thingamadoodads on them. Here comes a Chimera transport. One advantage of the Demon Hunters is you get vehicles and infantry from the Inquisition Watch. So no need to build up a secondary production building. Also going to pop down a heavy bolter turret for additional defensive reasons. Plasma generator attempting to be bashed on down, but not much damage has been done to it. In all fairness, heavy bolter turret has been finished. Going to attempt to build up a... Are you going to build up another one? No, you are not. That is a purification decree, which I do believe either breaks morale for nearby people or slows people down. Oh, we're about to find out. That will certainly help them against this cavalcade of assault marines.
Scouts here.
Of scouts being pestered and bothered by these icons on the left-hand side. Assault marines, while a very good, valiant effort at pushing on in, has done them no flavours at all. Chimera has gone for a heavy flamer. And these scholars, point blank refusing to die. They've finished reading their books today. Now they're coming in for a punt. And the Tactical Marine squad here about to get wiped out potentially. No, they've got a friend coming. The sergeant running back and getting more friends. At the moment, considering that the Demon Hunters have been playing quite defensively, the map control is fairly even. They've got the relic on the right-hand side. Space Marines have got the relic on the left-hand side. Now they're starting to get their Grey Knights out, which is going to be a problem for the Space Marines, as the Grey Knights do slap pretty hard. And, you know, as the game goes on, just more and more Grey Knights will come out. Start getting those Terminators as well, which are very deadly. And the Assault Marines don't really want to engage these guys in close combat neither. Here come the Devastators. And they've gone for double multi-melter, so they really want to be focusing on the Icons of Purification here. Assault Marines, they care not for these Grey Knights and their long stabby bits. They're just going to keep on engaging these guys in close combat. They're very expensive there. I mean, what is it to reinforce a Assault Marine? 80, as opposed to the standard amount, which is 120 for the Devastators. And the Tacticals are... Oh, right, you're 90. Right, no, so you're a lot more expensive than your vanilla compatriots. It's fair enough. Grey Knight's trying to keep control over the centre. But one lonely Stormtrooper on his own. Going to fall back. Grey Knight's repositioning themselves with their teleporting abilities. And is that double Grenadiers? Could possibly be. Good that the Flamer on the Chimera is able to fire backwards, allowing additional chances to break morale. But that being said, the Loyalist Space Marines have got 800 morale, which will be quite difficult to break unless they've gone for a quite considerable amount of anti-morale damage. And constant poking and prodding from Ehsan here. But still, the Icons stand. And nary one of them has come close to falling. Librarium about to finish. Also got the Astra Telepathica for those Grey Knights and such. And that's one advantage that the Grey Knights have over the Space Marines, is that quite a lot of their late game units are able to be deep stricken into places. So you're able to constantly reinforce your front lines, having to wait for people to walk on over. Powerful volleys from those Grenadiers, but fighting in that heavy cover should be able to keep the Assault Marines alive and well, relatively speaking. Plasma Generator been taken care of by Idris Elba and his Scholar friends. Plenty of tacticals there. And they've seemed to have gone for quite a lot of their health upgrades as well, which is probably the reason why these Assault Marines haven't been kaput too quickly. Stun grenade going off on these guys. I feel like as if the stun grenade's been fired at us, to be fair. There we are. Assault Marines now going to reposition to the right-hand side along with their tactical and Devastator friends. Surprised that we're not seeing any apothecaries. I mean, if you're going for pure infantry, then an apothecary nearby is definitely what you want. Also, not an apothecary, a chaplain. Oh, you know what? A chaplain and an apothecary. Why not? Go for the double whammy. Current economies... Oh, where's my camera going? Current economies are 175 and 39 compared to 223 and 75. So, advantage for the Demon Hunters on the northern side, which is to be expected. They are the kings of economy in these games. And the Grey Knight strike teams are just amassing. That's so many of them. And yeah, pound for pound, they just do a hell of a lot of damage. But Hellfire Dreadnought, at the moment, the Demon Hunters don't have any anti-vehicle stuff, so now is the time to shine with the Hellfire Dreadnought. Nice choice for this one rather than the regular Dreadnought. I think you've got enough close combat shenanigans to keep yourself occupied, so may as well go for more ranged stuff. Missile launch should also be able to help take care of the Icons of Purification. Devastator Marines getting in close. Icon is now at half health at the moment. Assault Marines trying to tie up the Grenadiers to allow the rest of the Space Marines to move on forward. Morale being broken on these boys there. There's the chaplain. That's what you want to see. Move a bit forward so everyone can benefit from his healing aura. But we'll just take... There we go. Took a while, but they've got one down eventually. And now it's actually quite risky because a lot... I mean, the production buildings here, and so the urban territories. So potential for the Space Marines to do a lot of damage here. Got the Grey Knights also being spotted by these guys with their... What are these called? Side cannons. Yeah, the Dreadnought's definitely turning the tide of combat here. Although it does seem that the side cannons do a fair bit of damage against the Hellfire dreadnoughts. Not amazing, but I mean, if you get enough of them, you should do a fair whack of damage. Position watch. Being whittled away slowly but surely. Grey Knights teleporting behind all the structures. And one squad teleporting in the middle. They see a lonely squad of tactical marines that they can focus fire on. Or, when I say focus fire, I mean punch in the face. Not a bad shout. And a Purgation Hellfire dreadnought. So fighting fire with fire here. The tactical marines do have the advantage of having missile launchers. Now pressing their advantage. The rest of the Grey Knights come on over. And now the Space Marines for the first time are being... Well, not the first time. There was a brief moment where the Demon Hunters were inside the base. The first 2 minutes, but first time in quite a long time are the Space Marines now being pressured on their side of the map. Missile launchers trying to take care of the Purgation Hellfire dreadnought at a distance. Grey Knights also arming themselves with some incinerators. It's a nice mixture of weaponry for both sides. The morale of the tactical marines, even if it's broken, they've got their sergeants to get them back into good stead. The constant repositioning of these Grey Knights do allow to keep them alive. I mean, how much do you cost to reinforce? 120 and 10. Very expensive. But you know, when these guys start getting into a bit of trouble, you just pull back. Oh, that was a brutal way of killing him. Just blew fire right in the face. Left and Sandra scholars are still continuing their reign of terror. Just, I mean, Friar Tuck and the boys are armed with cloth armour. They've got books on their back. Can't do well for your posture, really, can it? But you know what? That's fine. They're expendable. How much do you cost to 30? Yeah, 30, sir. Considering how cheap they are, they're doing a lot of value here. The Space Marines, the problem is that if they go around here to stop these guys out, they will win. But then the Grey Knights can just come over and bash stuff down here. It's a lose-lose situation unless you go for a couple of rhinos. You know, land speeders instead is what Ehsan is recruiting. And what are you building here? A Order Malleus Tower. So expanding the HQ, expanding their zone of control.
I am prepared.
The Space Marines fall back and manage to scare away the scholars for now, but at the moment, yeah, their economy in comparison to the Demon Hunters are effectively 100 blue in front. Now, with this Order Malleus Tower, should be able to pop down fair extra bits of gubbins. That's just, God Lord, that is so many Grey Knights. That's practically just a full company right there for you. Now got the Justicars out. Are they all Justicars? No, you've got some strike teams and some Justicars. Which, how are you different? I don't know how you are different, but you've got different names. Your Justicars are more close combat orientated. Or the more ranged orientated. Whichever one, neither works. Space Marines using some overwhelming firepower to scare these guys away. Grey Knights not too keen, although they are going to use the high ground to their advantage. Always easier to fight in a defensive posture than it is an aggressive one. Especially when you've got lots of weapons that require to stand still for a little while. Space Marines, what are you going to go for? You're going to go for some Vanguard veterans. Let me say that again. Increasing your squad cap. So it's just pure infantry now. They tried the dreadnoughts. The dreadnoughts didn't do them very well. Oh dear, if one squad of scholars caused all these issues, well, all of Hogwarts is coming out to play now. Terrifying and scary. It's constantly shining. I do really like these models, to be fair. Very, very nice. Oh, there's an engagement going on. Slingshot, don't miss on the engagement, just to admire the models. As cool as they are. Space Marines trying to get inside the heavy cover. Oh, what an annoying place to put a tower. Can't quite get a decent vantage point on the action here. But plenty of fire and also electricity as well. Dear oh dear, that's just a bad time for everyone. The Vanguard veterans are out on the front lines with their power claws. There's just not enough to really support them. That Purgation Hellfire dreadnought is just there, being a nuisance, getting in the way. And that's that. Order Malice Toast going to be really difficult to shift. Oh no, he's still alive. Look at him go. You can't keep a good man down until you can. Yeah, so really durable chaff infantry. Gets in, ties everything up. Grey Knights doing what they can as well. Yeah, I don't know. This is not looking too good for the Space Marines at the moment. Sure, they've got really durable infantry. We need to pull something extra out the bag. But what would you pull out? I mean, to be fair, the Space Marines have probably got a better roster of individual heroes. You can get a Librarian with his powerful smite. You've got the Chaplain, who's got his healing aura. You've got the Force Commander, or should I say the Brother Captain, or whatever you call him in Ultimate Apocalypse. I can call down unholy, well, actually very holy, should I say, no heresy here, boys and girls. Orbital bombardments. And there's other people as well. There's, can you get Captain Gabriel Angelos in this? Question mark. Am I getting confused with Unification? Who knows? Who knows what's really going on? These crazy games. But we've just got, yeah, just a flotilla of chaps. And just even more on this side. So huge infantry army for the Grey Knights. They're holding back at the moment for reasons. Why are you holding back? Going for the Extremis Diabolus, which does stuff, I imagine. And the Icon of Purification is going to go down on the right-hand side. I've been supported by a Land Speeder. And maybe Land Speeders is the idea here. Very cheap, lots of firepower that they can bring to the table. And also reposition themselves by jumping around. Oh, the Diabolos, you're just fire. You're bonfire. Who said the Demon Hunters can't have fun? Everyone likes a bonfire. At the very least a barbecue. Do you think that, you know, like this is just me talking to the men here, boys and girls. I know that there's some girls that watch these videos, but this is primarily a boy question here. So you know you go to a barbecue. Every single time you go to a barbecue that uses like an open fire. Oh, hold on. It's actually going on. Well, watch this, and then I'll ask my question. Oh dear, there's actually going on everywhere. Scholars teleporting around the backside. It's a flanking maneuver. Grey Knights on one side, Scholars on the other. Fire every which way you look. The Space Marines are not enjoying themselves. Don't get me wrong, they're going to kill the Scholars left, right and centre, but there's just so many of them. And they can reinforce very, very quickly, considering how good they are. Just meat for the grinder. And, well, the Space Marines, that's just too much for them to handle by the looks of things. Doing a very good job there, but actually those Scholars are falling thick and fast. Much quicker than I originally anticipated, but a wonderful manoeuvre by the Grey Knights here. As the Hellfire Dreadnought, now armed with a plasma cannon, just to really stick it to the heavy infantry. Chaplains in the front lines there, bringing righteous indignation to anyone nearby. We've got a Scholar up in the air, just floating there, minding his own business. He'll die how he chooses, thank you very much. Can the Space Marines hold this? Got more Land Speeders on the back lines. Of much else coming forward by the looks of things. Now what they've got online at the moment is what they're playing with. Idris Elba still full health more or less. Hold the line, gentlemen, hold the line, that's what they say. Special Vanguard's coming out with some more lightning claws. Do you have the money to reinforce all this stuff? No, you haven't. The Skeletons crew worth of economy at the moment, in comparison to the thousands of saved up pennies that the Demon Hunters have. My goodness, my gracious. Are the Space Marines really cantankerous? Not going down without a fight. Morale's been broken, they've got no sergeant to inspire them. With every Scholar they kill, 10 more take their place by the sounds of it. Veteran Vanguard, or the Vanguard veterans, sorry, I'm mixing up their name. Getting their licks in. Well, one squad, it's not going to change much. Here's a minefield just to really cause some issues for the Scholars. And, oh, look at that. There's the artillery. That's what you want to see. Massive infantry. Just throw ordnance at them until they go away. Yeah, to bring it back to my question, sir. Guy goes to barbecue, and whenever you use, like, charcoal or stuff like that, or wood burners or whatever, every man has got a different way of starting fires. And, you know, like, every time you go, everyone's stood around the barbecue saying, oh, no, you're lighting the fire wrong. You should light it this way. Or, oh, no, I light it this way. And there's never a consensus. There's never a consensus around the men. So, there we go. That's the point I was trying to make. No space Marines. Oh, God, there's just so many. They just won't stop. What is their motivation here? Sure, they'd much prefer reading in the library, but no. They're out and about. A day trip for the boys. Whirlwind just going to fire point blank at anyone. Oh, and they just keep on coming. Space Marines have decided, right, well, we'll just self-destruct everything. They can't take our relics. Can't have them. And then they die where they stand. Honourable gentlemen. Good Lord, what an aesthetic. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing indeed. So yeah, so from the perspective of the Space Marines, I think relying on those Assault Marines in the early game, probably not what you wanted. Don't get me wrong, it was a really valiant effort, poking and prodding here, there and everywhere, but, you know, these upgraded Icons of Purification and also Grenadiers, a really nice touch to make sure that those Assault Marines weren't able to jump about and be an absolute nuisance. And like I said, you know, the Demon Hunters, not amazing in the early game, but once they get their economy going and then the Grey Knights start appearing, that is just good night, sweet prince. So there we go. So cheers, stranger. I don't know if you was either you're playing as Sandra under a pseudonym or whether you was observing this match. Yeah, so cheers for sending us over the Discord. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one game a week. And there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Linked in the description as always. As we Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.